STARLINK is alive, as Ivanka Trump is negotiating with the leader of South Korea at this very moment, flaunting American anti-nepotism laws. Elon Musk and a foreign power is engineering your open-air prison as we speak. Matter of fact, that is Donald Trump's main job, to do and say the most ridiculous things out there. You ever wonder why Donald Trump says the most ridiculous things possible? It is to divert your attention away from an evil matrix being built. Nothing less than an open-air prison to track your every move in 5 years. In less than 5 years, they will be able to track your movements in the Great Smoky Mountains, all the way to the Himalayas, and down to the Amazon rainforest. There will be no safe zone for you. Yes, that's what we're talking about today. 12,000 small satellites encompassing the whole world. Yes, Starlink is alive. An open-air prison that you call Earth. So let's get down to it. What are we talking about today? We're talking about small little satellites called microsats. We're talking about 12,000 of them dispersed around the planet. We're talking about layers and layers of contractors. Most important part, you see, you could search the internet wide open, and you're never going to find out all the contractors involved in building these microsatellites, because that's top secret information. I'm going to tell you some things today that they don't want you to know about. I'm here to tell you that you have to sign an allegiance to a master. You have to show your allegiance to a foreign power if you want to be involved in this matrix. If you want to be involved in the contractors and the corporations who build these little satellites. And I'll show you where they're going to be, where the companies are going to be located. As you read this, you'll know where they'll be located in America. Okay, first of all, you may be asking yourself now, who am I? How do I know any of this? Well, that's simple. You see, I was one of those people who was blackballed from the club. Remember what I said. If you have to show your allegiance to a foreign power, and if you are critical of this foreign power in any way, you will be removed and blackballed from the club. Yes, I was one of those people. I was at the Vandenberg Air Force Base space station. Yes, I have been critical of the club, and I was blackballed. You see, the reason why I say that some of this is top secret, because if you're in the club, if you're still in the matrix, if you work for one of these contractors, you sign a non-disclosure agreement. You're not allowed to speak. If you do, you will lose a $100K a year job. See, that's the beautiful thing about being a persecuted individual, a blackballed man like myself. I signed no non-disclosure agreement. No. When I worked for the United States of America, back then we did not sign non-disclosure agreements. But now it's all under layers and layers of contractors, you see? The government contracts it out to their friends, and the owners of those firms. I hope by now you know who they are. And it is top secret who they are. Oh, it's national security. We can't tell you where these small little satellites are built. We cannot tell you who funded them. Think about that. Who gave them the money to research and development and building these nano satellites? Who gave them the money to build these? This is the most important part. Yes, America, we, the taxpayers of America, we gave them the money to build this technology. And then they turn around and sell it to us through a shill, through a straw man. A puppet like Elon Musk. I'm here to tell you that Elon Musk is nothing more than a straw man, a puppet. Yes. He's not going to tell you who builds these little small satellites. He's not going to tell you that. So, what can I tell you with 100% accuracy? This is very important also. I'm here to tell you that 99.9% of the men that I worked with at the Space Center at Vandenberg Air Force Base, 99.9% of them are not involved in this matrix anymore. We were all blackballed to some point. Why? Because we were American first. We were true blue Americans. Oh, there might be a couple sold out. There may be a couple, who sold out and they pledged their allegiance to a foreign power. They signed a non-disclosure agreement. They may have for the money, like everybody. They sell out for the money. There may be a few, but 99% of us real, true blue Americans, we were phased out, blackballed. That's what I can tell you for 100% surety. Okay. What does this look like to you? Does that not look like an open-air prison? They're going to be able to track your every movement. And not only are they going to be able to track your every movement, they're going to be able to charge you for the privilege. Can you imagine? They'll find ways of charging you. You'll need this for your car. You'll need this for your motorcycle or your refrigerator or your stove or your alarm system. Who knows what they'll sell it to you, but they're going to sell it to you. That's the beauty of this open-air prison. They're going to make a fortune off of this open-air prison, tracking your every movement. Not only in the cities now, but even in you will not even be able to escape to the Great Smoky Mountains, the brushy mountains of Tennessee, the Himalayas, the Amazon. There will be no escape. They will know what you're doing in real time. Yes, this is truly a monster. Let's go into some of the particulars. It's going to take about 5 years to build STARLINK. They say it's going to be about 12,000 satellites, give or take. There's going to be 4,400 satellites will orbit at around 700 miles above the Earth. You follow me? And then there's going to be about 7,500 of these satellites that will orbit around 200 miles above the Earth. This is STARLINK. Yes, STARLINK is alarming. But think about this for a moment. Who voted for this? Who in America said, okay, this was okay? I mean, was there an election somewhere in America where they asked Americans, or they even asked the world for that matter, was there an election anywhere? No. There was something put into the FCC. What I'm going to show you right now, you go to the FCC. That's who Elon Musk and his masters deal with. They don't have to deal with the American people. They don't need our vote. Nobody voted for this open-air prison. I mean, if they did have an election and Americans voted, okay, at least we voted for it, but we don't get that opportunity to vote because guess what? There's somebody inserted into the FCC. Yes, he is also inserted, just like Elon Musk. He is a shill. This is what they don't want you to know, that these people have been inserted and they made a decision to put this open-air prison in action. Yes, the FCC said it was okay. They don't need the American people's vote. There was no vote. This is more than alarming. Go over an overview. What are we talking about today? We're talking about contractors. Most of them foreign-owned corporations, and the people who work for these contractors sign a non-disclosure agreement. So the next time you see Elon Musk shooting one of his rockets into space, think open air prison. STARLINK is alive.